Former President Donald Trump is projected to be the 47th president. We have local, national, and international reactions. Plus, Vice President Kamala Harris addresses her supporters this afternoon. And Oklahoma voters elect national and state representatives. We have the results. This is OU Nightly.
So I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. We made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that.
A historic night as former President Donald Trump is reelected as the 47th president of the United States. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kennedy Patterson.
And I'm Kariana Gamboa. A night of firsts it was. Trump's win makes him the oldest elected president and also the first convicted felon elected president.
He's also the first president elected to non-consecutive terms since President Grover Cleveland.
Following the historic night, reactions are flowing in from around the country. CNN's Michael Yoshida has the details.
He's going to clean everything up and make us all normal again.
We need a strong person at the helm.
We're very uncomfortable with how many people are coming across the border. We're in Texas.
Please welcome President-elect Donald J. Trump.
Voter support turned into massive voter turnout and victory for President-elect Donald Trump. He's now the second person in U.S. history to win 2 non-consecutive terms as commander-in-chief. Reaction and reflection from both sides of the aisle.
I think there is a populist and a anti-incumbent wave because of the impact of both the pandemic and the recovery from it.
The top 2 issues for voters were the economy and the border. This was an overwhelming victory for President Trump.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate.
And I think presidents who are given a mandate to govern deserve from the Senate the opportunity to surround themselves with people that are going to help them execute their policies.
And a Republican Senate is exactly what Trump will have after the GOP secured enough seats to take control of that chamber overnight. Republican and former Representative Liz Cheney, who campaigned with Vice President Kamala Harris, said in a tweet, "Our nation's democratic system functioned last night, and we have a special responsibility to support and defend our Constitution."
I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept.
In West Palm Beach, Florida, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
The Republican Party has Senate majority, flipping 3 seats. Republicans have 52 seats total, with 4 races yet to be called. The House is still too close to call. The majority party needs 218 seats.
And back here on campus, students had their own reaction to election results. OU Nightly's Kaylee Jo Hummel is live from the South Oval. Kaylee, why was this election so important to students?
Yeah, Kennedy, this election was one of the first elections that a lot of OU students could actually vote in. Now, if you look at campus behind me, it seems pretty normal, but I talked to students about why today is so different.
Another day with OU students going to class, but today isn't just any Wednesday. Former President Donald Trump won in all 77 Oklahoma counties Tuesday night, including here in Cleveland County. Across campus, students reacted to the results of the presidential election in different ways.
Seeing he won majority votes was really shocking.
I was kind of jumping up and down. I didn't know that, I kind of thought it wasn't going to go our way this year.
I didn't watch the election.
I thought Kamala was projected to win, and so just seeing this result was kind of disappointing.
But this morning I woke up relieved. I was honestly disgusted.
The issues some students cared about the most, ranging from women's rights.
As a woman, a lot of my health choices are in danger.
Why am I having to now subject to government tracking what I can and cannot do with my body?
To the economy.
I think all of us are kind of balling on a budget, and so having the economy go a certain way would definitely benefit us.
I'm a senior, so I'm pretty concerned about just being able to get out and buy a house.
To the environment.
My career sort of depends on it.
I heard Kamala saying 4 years ago that she was gonna ban fracking, and that's something bad for the environment. I study that. I'm a petroleum engineering student.
OU students made their decision, and so did the rest of America. A second Trump era begins in January, so now it's just wait and see. Reporting live from the South Oval, Kaylee Jo Hummel, OU Nightly.
Vice President Kamala Harris addressed her supporters and offered her concession speech at her alma mater, Howard University. OU Nightly's Olivia Hayes joins us live from the newsroom to give us the highlights. Olivia.
Kariana Kennedy, Vice President Harris began her speech thanking many, including her supporters, her running mate, and her campaign team. Harris says she called Donald Trump to congratulate him and plans to help in his transition. While she's accepted the results of the election, she says her concession to Trump does not mean a concession in the fight that fueled her campaign.
The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for.
The White House says President Biden has also called Trump to congratulate him. He invites him to meet at the White House and plans to address the nation on Thursday. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Olivia. But yesterday was not only an important day for federal offices. Several state offices were on the ballot as well. Norman is represented by Oklahoma House Districts 45 and 46. Both Democratic representatives for these districts, Mins of 45 and Rosencrantz of 46, retained their positions in the House. Norman is also within Oklahoma State Senate District 15. Republican Senate candidate Lisa Standridge won this election. And according to the University of Florida's election lab, for the second presidential election in a row, Oklahoma has seen the lowest voter-eligible turnout rate in the nation.
We are hearing from world leaders around the world after President-elect Donald Trump's victory. Julie Roberts has those reactions in today's Election Center.
Ladies, the Israeli Prime Minister was the first international leader to congratulate former President Trump on his historical comeback, saying in a post on X, quote, "Your historic return to the White House offers a new beginning for America and a powerful recommitment to the great alliance between Israel and America," end quote. Ukraine's president also sharing his reaction on social media, saying, quote, "We look forward to an era of a strong United States of America under President Trump's decisive leadership," end quote. Turning now to the U.S. Senate, where for the first time ever, 2 black women will serve at the same time. Democrat Representatives Lisa Blunt Rochester and Maryland's Angela Brooks are also the first black woman elected into the Senate by their states. Only 3 black women have ever served in the U.S. Senate, but not at the same time. And history is made in the U.S. Congress with the first openly transgender congresswoman. Delaware Representative Sarah McBride won her state's at-large U.S. House seat, which was vacated by Representative Blunt Rochester. Kariana Kennedy, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Julia. Well, these sunny days won't last for much longer.
OU Nightly meteorologist Carla McCurry, tell us what you can expect over the next few days.
Well, ladies, I can tell you especially what we've been seeing. We're only 6 days into November, and we're already 5 inches above our normal precipitation amount for November. So our normal amount is just over 1.5 inches. Right now, we're sitting a little bit over 5.5 inches, and that's due to the past 7 days, including parts of October as well. We've been seeing up to almost 7 inches of rainfall in Oklahoma City with all of the rain that we had last weekend. And that's only going to continue because we are going to see chances for some rainfall into the next few days. So I'll have that coming up as well as your weekend forecast, ladies.
Thanks, Carlin. Spain faces what's been called a historical natural disaster.
How the country is still searching for missing people.
And in St. Louis, record-breaking rainfall causes floods.
How the city is recovering from loss when we come back.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
When we have the food we need, we are at our best. We push further. We rise higher. We unlock our full potential. When we have the food we need, we make our communities stronger. Together, we can help everyone get the food they need to thrive. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
Being deemed the worst natural disaster in the country's history. Plus, deadly flooding in Missouri claims the lives of election workers. Colson Pocock has the details in Earth Report.
Spain's prime minister calls the flooding in Valencia the biggest natural disaster in the country's history and one of the deadliest in Europe. Officials say the flooding killed over 200 people, and as of today, at least 80 are still missing. Right now, more than 7,500 troops are deployed to help search and recovery efforts in the region. In Missouri, at least 3 people are dead after flooding near St. Louis. Authorities say 2 of those deaths were poll workers headed to work at their polling place. 10 other people were rescued from floodwaters. Over 7 inches of rain fell in St. Louis in 2 days, breaking the November record for the area. Strong winds and dry conditions spark a wildfire in Southern California near LA called the Mountain Fire. It's burned at least 1,500 acres. Mandatory evacuations are underway after several homes burn in Southern California and multiple people are hospitalized. Firefighters say high winds are making it hard to bring in air support to help to fight the fire. And Prince William is making a fashion statement with climate-friendly sneakers. The prince took the green carpet at the Earthshot Prize Awards ceremony in biodegradable sneakers. Kennedy, Cariana?
Well, thanks, Colson. Campus has everything you need as the farmers market brings tons of green.
How campus is highlighting local businesses during Green Week after the break.
And more rain on the way. I'll have your full forecast and what you can expect into your weekend coming up. Weather's next.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, if your shower can fill a 1-gallon bucket in less than 20 seconds, replace the shower head with a water-efficient one. They are cheap, easy to install, and can save you up to 750 gallons a month. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'd say today was a typical fall day that we usually see here in Oklahoma. We've had temperatures in the upper 60s, which is usually what we see this time of year. Across the metro, Oklahoma City sitting at 67 degrees, 69 in Purcell, 67 in Norman. So once again, it has just been a comfortable, beautiful day across the state as well. If you look to our west, though, over in Guymon, we've got a low pressure system sitting over there. That's what's coming to us next. They could see some snow in the coming days. Right now here in Norman, Weather Center cam is clear. You can see the sun starting to set. Daylight savings time was on Sunday, so we're seeing the sun set later and later. Or earlier and earlier, my bad, 67 degrees, 44 for that dew point. Humidity is also low, so once again, just a comfortable day. And tomorrow is going to be the same way, up to 60 degrees by the time we do reach the afternoon hours. We do have a chance to see some scattered showers and storms heading into the evening hours, but our chance is going to increase as we head into Friday. 90% chance of rain for Friday. We're going to see those storms and showers become more widespread, but once again, there is that chance to see some scattered showers into central Oklahoma for parts of Thursday, 20% for that. So the system that we are watching that will start to bring those showers in is this low pressure system sitting to our southwest, bringing some snow to parts of the Rockies. Even the Panhandle could get in on some of the snow action as well. As we head into Saturday, those storms will eventually start to move out, especially by the earlier hours as that dry line pushes through. That will push our storms out of the area for the rest of your weekend. So kind of timing things out a little bit more specifically for you. You could see heading on into the earlier and later hours of Thursday, that chance for some scattered showers into parts of central Oklahoma. You could see some raindrops over there for Thursday. Later on Thursday, you can see the western part of the state will get a lot more rain than we will into the later hours. But take a look as we head into Friday. That's when we could really see some widespread rain head our way. No crazy totals as what we saw this weekend, but we could still get a lot of rain into parts of our area. And once again, that's going to push off by the time we do reach later on Friday. So once again, those totals aren't going to be very high for us. But if you head into the western part of the state, Woodward, 4.2 inches of rain is going to be possible for them. So keep that in mind. Don't forget an umbrella, especially into Friday. Saturday is when we're going to clear up. The sun's going to return into the end of the weekend. Monday, we're going to keep the sunshine around. Our next rain chance, though, is going to be into Wednesday. So ladies, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the sunshine that we are going to be able to have, because over the next few days, we're going to keep the sunshine around and we're going to have warm, kind of comfortable fall temperatures. It's not going to be too cool, just right around average for this time of year. So the 70s will be back and I'm ready for it. I'm really excited. How do y'all feel about it?
Oh my gosh, I'm not a rain fan. The dreariness has really been, getting down.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain recently, especially this weekend, So.
I just put my jacket away and I'm so happy, but I'm going to have to bring it out later, huh?
Yeah, you will. And next week, that's what we're tracking as of right now.
Well, thanks, Carlin. Earlier today, the local farmers market was brought to campus. The Green Week organization was outside the union sharing the importance of shopping locally. Different types of flowers, breads, baked goods, jewelry, and more could all be bought to support Green Week's mission.
With the farmers market, we hope to promote our local businesses in Norman to really engage the campus and the students, faculty, staff in all things Norman, Oklahoma.
In case you missed the fun today, Green Week will be hosting another farmers market in the upcoming spring. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are back tonight on the road.
As they look to extend their win streak, Hallie McPherson has more in sports.
And a bowl game is on the line for the Sooners, and a rivalry will be renewed this weekend. And Jackson Arnold let out some major news on his teammates. We have all the details next up in sports.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try. In the kitchen, collect the excess water you use to rinse produce and use it to water houseplants. Also, soak your pots and pans instead of letting the water run while you scrape them. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman. Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater.
McPherson, and it's time for sports. There was not an SEC injury report last week because of the non-conference matchup against Maine, but the SEC games are back, and so is the injury report. Even though it does not come out till later tonight, Jackson Arnold let the cat out of the bag and reported his own injury report. Arnold gave a clue on what stud receivers we will be seeing this weekend in Missouri.
You got DBs now focusing, and even backers focusing on Jalil and Dion. How can we stop them from a game plan perspective? How can we stop those guys? And reality opens up your running game. It opens up a lot of things, but I think on top of that too, it just builds a whole lot of confidence for our offense. We're going to this week like damn, we got two of our studs back at receiver.
The Sooners meet up with some old conference foes this weekend in Missouri. The last time Oklahoma and Mizzou went head-to-head was in 2011 with a Sooner win. Head coach Brent Venables looks forward to the familiar competition on the road.
Just really competitive. Wasn't nothing easy about any of them. Fondly, I look at the Big 12 championship. We played them in a few Big 12 championships. Again, two good programs going at it, and it'll be another great challenge for us this week.
The first college football playoff ranking came out last night. No surprise that the Sooners will be left out of this one, but former Oklahoma quarterback Dillon Gabriel and the Ducks are leading the list, along with Oklahoma's rival, Texas, at number 5. The OU baseball team is currently on the field for the third and final game of their Fall World Series. Jaden Barfield and Jackson Kircher were right here last night on Sooner Sports Pack. The two freshman pitchers have been soaking in the knowledge from head coach Skip Johnson.
Skip has a really cool personality to be around, and he has a lot of knowledge to the game, so it's cool to sit there and just watch, just to learn from what he says.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Being just new here, I've got to learn so much from Skip. He's just a pitching mastermind, so yeah, it's been really awesome.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are looking for a gold rush against the Denver Nuggets tonight. The Thunder are undefeated so far this season at a perfect 7-0, while also holding every opponent under 100 points, and each opposing player under 25 points. Tip-off is at 8 tonight in Denver. Kennedy, Cariana.
Well, thanks, Hallie. Look out, there's a new pop culture sensation on the rise.
Stick around to see why this baby hippo has taken over social media when we return.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
I'm Clay Webster with breaking news. The city of Norman says a petition to bring the proposed Rock Creek Entertainment District to a public vote has enough signatures to move forward. The petition needed just over 6,000 signatures, the city just confirming over 10,000 were turned in. If the petition is deemed sufficient, it will be on the ballot for the next general election in February. Kennedy Kiriana, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Clay. There's a new social media star on the rise, and it's not who you'd expect. The Edinburgh Zoo's new pygmy hippo, Haggis, is capturing hearts online at only a few days old.
With the pygmy population being endangered, the hippo's birth came at a perfect time. Haggis has joined the ranks of other notable hippos like Gloria from Madagascar and TikTok's infamous Moo Dang.
And now, you know, we've been talking about this rain, but I'm ready for some sun. What are we thinking?
Well, I mean, if you want to go to the zoo and check out some hippos, I'd say don't really do it on Friday because we're tracking some widespread rainfall across Oklahoma. On Saturday, though, 62 degrees, a little bit of sun in the coming days. So if you're planning on getting outside and watching the game away at Mizzou on Saturday, it's going to be a beautiful day. Maybe grab a jacket as you head out the door, though, because it's going to be a little bit on the cooler side. But once again, we're still seeing those fall temperatures again. So that has returned, and the 70s will return as well, though. That's what we're watching.
So I've been looking forward to this fall weather. I don't know about you all. This is my type of weather for sure.
We're almost there. We're almost there. A few days of it.
Are you guys going to go to the game? Maybe we don't have to wear as much jackets.
No, probably not. I'll probably be inside. But yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's just been, you know, first of all, that's what we've been looking for.
It's how it goes. You know, Oklahoma, roller coaster temperatures, it's what we see. So we kind of just got to take what we can get. And what we're getting is 60s and then 70s again. So.
Well, thank you. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Kennedy Patterson.
And I'm Kiriana Gamboa. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.
Hey,